You open your banking app on a random Tuesday and feel that familiar, uncomfortable pause. On paper, you're doing fine. You earn decent money. You're not reckless. You don't buy luxury items or gamble your income away. And yet somehow, your balance looks thinner than it should, and the rest of the week suddenly feels long. If this keeps happening, it's not because you're bad with money. It's because your money is quietly leaking in ways you were never taught to notice. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you where that leak actually is, why it feels invisible, and how a simple 3-step audit can reveal more about your finances than years of trying harder ever did. Every month, your paycheck arrives, and for a brief moment, you feel relief. You tell yourself this time will be different. You'll be more careful. You'll track things better. And then life resumes. Rent, groceries, utilities, a few small comforts that don't feel irresponsible in the moment. And before you realize it, the month ends exactly where it always does, tighter than planned and full of quiet confusion. I've been there myself, late at night, staring at a bank screen, replaying the month in my head, convinced I must have missed some obvious mistake. But nothing dramatic had gone wrong. No single bad decision, just dozens of small ones happening inside a system that never made them feel dangerous. That's the first mental trap most people fall into. They think money problems come from big failures, when in reality they come from small, recurring leaks without a framework to catch them. What's actually draining your finances isn't chaos. It's structure, specifically the modern subscription economy, designed to keep you paying forever without ever truly owning. $15 here, $10 there, a handful of monthly commitments that feel harmless in isolation. But together, they form one of the most efficient wealth extraction systems ever built. I've spent years studying why people who earned good money still feel stuck, why savings don't grow, and why previous generations seem to build more stability on less income, and the pattern is consistent. We've quietly shifted from an ownership-based economy to a rental-based one, and most people don't realize they're the renters. Your grandparents bought things once and used them for decades. A car lasted 15 years. A house was lived in for 30. A television stayed until it physically stopped working. Ownership was normal. Today, ownership is framed as outdated, inconvenient, even risky. Now you lease your car, rent your apartment, stream your entertainment, and subscribe to your software. You pay monthly for access to things you never fully control. The companies that sold this as freedom and flexibility are collecting record profits, while you wonder why building wealth feels impossible. The reason this system works so well is that the damage is invisible. Ask people how much they spend on subscriptions, and most will give a low, confident estimate. But when you actually track the numbers, the total is often far higher. Hundreds of dollars a month quietly leaving your account. Thousands per year. Money that doesn't feel painful when it leaves because it leaves in small, familiar amounts. This is financial erosion, not explosion. And erosion is harder to notice until the foundation weakens. Streaming services are where this usually starts. One platform feels harmless, then another, and suddenly you're paying for access to more content than you realistically consume. I've met people who spend more time scrolling than watching, yet continue paying month after month. The irony is painful. You now have access to more entertainment than any generation in history, yet feel less satisfied by it. Convenience didn't create fulfillment, it created distraction. Then there's the gym membership, one of the most psychologically clever subscriptions ever invented. You don't keep paying because you use it. You keep paying because canceling feels like admitting defeat. It feels like giving up on the version of yourself you want to be, so the membership becomes a monthly guilt reminder instead of a fitness tool. I've seen people pay for years without going once. The industry depends on that behavior. If everyone showed up consistently, the system would collapse. But the most expensive subscription most people never question is the car payment. Stretching payments over 7 or 8 years turns ownership into a long-term rental of a depreciating asset. The focus stays on the monthly number, not the total cost. And just as payments end, you're encouraged to restart the cycle. You never reach the point of real control. You remain subscribed to transportation. Software perfected this model. Tools that once required a one-time purchase now demand perpetual payment. And if you stop paying, you lose access not just to the software, but to your own work. Your data, your projects, your creative output become leverage. This isn't convenience, it's dependency. The same pattern repeats with phone plans, insurance add-ons, extended warranties, and even everyday items rebranded as subscriptions. Each one promises simplicity, and together they quietly eliminate ownership. Here's the part that changed my own behavior. One night, instead of feeling guilty or frustrated, I did something simple. I opened my bank statement and listed every recurring charge, every subscription, every monthly payment for something I didn't truly own. I canceled 7 subscriptions that night and freed almost $300 per month. None of them felt expensive alone. Together, they explained everything. This brings us to the 3-step audit that actually works. Step 1 is visibility. Write down every recurring charge, no exceptions. Streaming services, software, phone plans, memberships, payment plans. If it repeats monthly, it goes on the list. Step 2 is multiplication. Take that total monthly number and multiply it by 12. This isn't to scare you, it's to reveal reality. Step 3 is classification. For each item, ask one question. Does this build long-term value, or does it simply rent access? This single distinction changes how you see your finances. When I did this for the first time, I didn't feel shame. I felt clarity. For the first time, my financial stress had a shape, and once something has a shape, you can work with it. That's when real change starts. The most dangerous part of the subscription economy isn't the money, it's the mindset it trains. Ownership requires responsibility, maintenance, and long-term thinking. Subscriptions remove all of that. You just pay and move on, but in exchange, you give up control, resilience, and leverage. You become a permanent renter of your own life. You rent your transportation, your entertainment, your tools, and sometimes even your sense of stability. Meanwhile, the companies collecting your subscriptions are doing the opposite. They convert your monthly payments into assets, infrastructure, and market dominance. Your rent becomes their equity. Your convenience becomes their empire. Ownership is framed as a burden, while renting is framed as freedom. But real freedom comes from control, not access, from being able to stop paying without losing your footing. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Every subscription is a choice about who builds wealth, you or them. Every recurring charge represents money that could have compounded, invested, or built something permanent. This doesn't mean cancel everything and live without comfort. It means choosing intentionally. So here's what to do next. Keep 1 or 2 services you truly use. Cancel what you don't. Replace rentals with ownership where practical. Buy reliable things you can use for years. Reduce payments that exist only because they're familiar. Reclaim margin in your finances before trying to increase income. This alone can create breathing room most people think only a raise can provide. If this helped you see your money differently, don't rush to fix everything today. Just do the audit. Awareness first, action second. And if you want more content that connects money, psychology, and real life without hype or shame, subscribe to the channel, because building wealth isn't about being perfect. It's about seeing clearly, and clarity is where freedom starts. Thanks for watching.